North Shore, Oahu. They call it the Bonzai Pipeline.
Surfing pipeline at 6 to 8 feet is like trying to eat a Tyrannosaurus Rex for breakfast.
You hit one of those in the wrong spot, bam!
Pray you never get caught in the grip of one of these titanic walls of water. Underwater cameraman Ray Hollowell did. On the pipeline, only the fittest and the finest can handle the crushing locomotion of these waves. And only the equally fearless dare to capture it all on film. Ray Hollowell, underwater cameraman, he's at the top of his game filming creatures of the sea. But it's these demons on the boards who provide the real thrill and the payoff.
If they get that perfect shot, that can also be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Ocean Safety Chief Jim Howe has seen Ray in action. He and his camera are planted in the impact zone. It's the outer edge of what's known as the barrel of a wave. Ray is right where the waves break. Ray cheats death every time one of these thrill-seeking wave hounds and their polyurethane projectiles race through the barrel, missing Ray's skull by inches. Fellow cameraman Larry Haynes has witnessed the worst of it.
A lot of times you don't wake up. My friends have died out here.
The waves are moving from deep water toward the shore at 35 miles an hour. But here's what makes them lethal. The fast-moving waves crash into a reef that is only 4 feet deep. The reef is covered in calcified rock, and it's full of trenches, caves, and stalagmites.
It'd just work you just like it was King Kong and just knock you out.
You just don't want to be in the grip of one of these monsters.
Think about yourself being thrown down onto a concrete slab and then dragged and tumbled and pushed and pounded.
And beware of the guillotine. It's the lip and the front end of the wave.
If your body is between that coral bottom and that guillotine, it will cut you in half.
Ray has managed to pull himself out of some close calls. But then came New Year's Eve, 2002. And Ray finds himself right in the line of fire of a merciless set of waves. Larry's camera is rolling and captures the horrifying sounds of Ray's wipeout. The infamous pipeline on Oahu's North Shore is jammed with board junkies.
You'll have 100 people trying to catch the same wave.
Underwater cameraman Ray Hollowell is filming alongside his good friend and fellow photographer Larry Haynes. It's no easy gig.
Well, there's some danger. I have more lives than a cat.
The waves are wicked. They come barreling in at 35 miles an hour and crash into a shallow, rock-hard reef. The reef is only 4 feet below the water's surface.
Oh, watch out for that board!
You're gonna watch your buddy's back.
It's a perfect New Year's Eve day, until a mammoth 8-foot wave comes barreling into shore with Ray right in its path. The angry, powerful lip of the wave slams Ray's body straight down into the shallow reef, head first. Listen carefully to the muffled sounds of agony. Ray's been knocked senseless.
I looked back, and I didn't see him. And then I looked back to check again, and there he was, face down. 5 feet away was his camera floating.
Ray's lifeless body gets pounded by 3 more waves before Larry is finally able to reach him. His camera is still rolling, and it's catching the chaos.
I have my camera. It was actually rolling. I have it in my left hand, and I grab him with my right, put him up, and I hold him with my camera right against his belly.
Larry heads for the shore, swimming furiously. He doesn't know if Ray is dead or unconscious.
We have 4 to 6 minutes before somebody has permanent brain damage if they don't get oxygen into their body.
He was just like puffed up. He was like full of water.
As Larry is swimming, he's pushing on Ray's stomach, hoping he will heave out some of the water.
As I'm pulling him in and squeezing him.
When a person goes unconscious, the body will continue to try to breathe. Immediately, the lungs are beginning to fill up with water.
Finally, about 250 feet from shore, a surfer offers his board. They get Ray on top of it and keep rushing toward the beach. Then, a slight sign of life.
We get the foam coming out of his mouth plus a little so I knew something was happening. So, hey, you're good. Just hang in there, buddy. We'll get you in.
It took 3 more minutes for Larry to push Ray to shore, where rescuers were waiting.
Come on, Ray!
He is flatlining, and his stomach is full of 4 liters of salt water.
Oh, he's blue right now.
Paramedics immediately opened up Ray's air passages and forced him to lose the water in his stomach and lungs. Ray's off to the hospital, but he's a long way from getting out of hell. Ray is unconscious for 3 days. He spends 9 days in critical care. The recovery is brutal.
I can't even move.
But he's thankful.
I know Larry got me out of the water.
Ray got caught in the notorious guillotine. The lip of the wave clutches Ray's body and pushes him straight down into the shallow reef head first. Then he took 10 bone-crushing bounces along the jagged, concrete-hard reef before losing consciousness.
I had a helmet on. I still had 2 brain contusions. I hit so hard my collarbone was broken in half in 4 places, a torn rotator cuff. I broke 2 ribs. I bruised my lung.
But the real hell, says Ray, was contracting a particularly fierce brand of lung infection called chemical pneumonia.
Just think if somebody had a blowtorch to your lungs and then trying to pull them out with a pair of vice grips.
Ray's back in business, shooting dolphins, models, and of course, waves.
Oh, he's a tough bird, big boy. He has the will to live, and he's living it. Take the crap with the cream.